This chapter will show how to use the Docker command line utilities for starting and stopping containers and managing once they are running. Also shown is the inspect command to view details about the running container. Docker run is the main command to start the container. Kill stops a running container. Once inside a running container, you may type exit to stop the container. Exec runs a specific command and returns the results to standard out. Container can be paused or unpaused, but stay in memory. Docker inspect provides extensive detail about the running container. For this demonstration, I am using the latest Ubuntu Linux image. I start Docker shell and resize the screen for better viewing. Next, I will check for Ubuntu and pull it down from the public repo. Once the image is pulled down, I can look at the release name inside the running container with the command docker run ubuntu cat etc os-release. The container starts and lists out the release and quickly stops. In this command, I automatically pull down the latest available version of Ubuntu, which happens to be 16.0 Xenial. Here I start Ubuntu image in an interactive session by typing on the command line docker -it ubuntu/bin/bash. The login prompt will appear as if you had logged into a computer running Ubuntu. Type a few commands and stop the running container with the exit command. I will repeat the same procedure by starting a container in background and later attach to it. First, check for any running containers with docker ps. Next, run docker -it ubuntu/bin/bash with the attach command -d a few times. Docker ps shows a few running containers executing the bash shell in background. You may start as many containers as you want until you run out of Docker host memory. You may kill running containers with a kill command and the name of the running container. Start a detached container once again. Any container will run indefinitely if it is detached. This time I am going to attach to a running container. Once logged in, I will run a few commands and finally an exit to terminate the container. Docker ps shows no active containers. There are two commands to terminate a running container: stop and kill. Stop sends a sigterm and then a sigkill, whereas kill sends the sigkill only. The end result is the same. Sigterm is supposed to do some cleanup before executing a kill. Traditionally in Linux, the kill utility sends a signal to a process, and the process tries to handle the signal. Kill or stop will accept a list of running containers and terminate all the items in the list. Here I start a number of containers and want to terminate them all at once. To accomplish this, Docker is followed by a list of running containers generated in a subcommand run by docker ps. Docker containers were developed to produce very specific results to be combined with the results from other containers. Exec is one way you can get useful output from a running container. Using this building block approach, several Docker containers can provide input into an application in an organized fashion. Docker exec can run a specific command inside a running container. In this example, the exec command will get a UTC equivalent of some date time in Los Angeles in the future. Complex operations like this show how Docker containers output can be consolidated. All container results go convenient to the standard out for processing. Often standard out can be redirected to a file. Pause and unpause stop and start containers, but the container is still in memory for faster recall. Restart is not related to pause or unpause. Actually, restart may be better called reboot because that's what it does. It reboots a container. Docker wait blocks or hangs indefinitely until the container is stopped. It returns an exit status. There are a limited number of uses for wait. Docker Inspect will display very detailed information about containers, images, or tasks. For containers, it shows detailed information about the run state, mount information, network information, memory, file paths, etc. Login, logout commands seem like they'd be used with containers. They aren't used for containers. Login, logout are to gain access to either a public or private Docker registry. This chapter covered many of the most important Docker commands. Docker run is the most common Docker command. Run loads the image into memory and starts the container. The opposite of run is kill or stop. Containers can run in interactive mode or in background. Use the -D option to run the container in background. Join up with the container by using attach. Kill or stop terminates one or more containers. The executive command starts up the container, creates some output for processing. Pause and unpause will pause or unpause running containers. Docker Inspect presents detailed information about the internals of a container. Docker wait blocks until the container is killed and then returns an exit code. So there you have it, the most important and most often used Docker command line directives that start and stop containers. In the next chapter, I will discuss the other Docker command line directives for image maintenance.